Hey guys, Matsuyorific here. So, for some reason, every time I try to record a reaction video, for some reason it doesn't pick up my mic. And the video comes out with just the audio from the video that I'm reacting to. So, sorry this isn't going to have any regular video to it, so just enjoy this gameplay here. So these are my reactions to the Season 6 opening, The Crystalling. So, spoiler warning, if you have not seen this episode and you plan to see this episode and you want to watch it properly, click the pause button, go watch it, and then come back. Have you watched it now? Are you ready? Are you sure that you're ready? I don't want to see any comments about how I just ruined the whole episode for you because I spoiled it for you. Okay, so you've seen it. You've seen the episode by now. So yes, this was definitely a good episode. I really enjoyed it. I was half expecting King Sombra to come back, especially once I realized that something was going to happen to the Crystal Heart, and then the Crystal Heart actually did shatter. I was really hoping for King Sombra, but sadly we didn't get King Sombra. I have to admit, though, with everything else that was going on, adding King Sombra in there would have definitely hurt the episode more than it would have helped it. But it still would have been cool, a cool story to see. King Sombra came back because the baby destroyed the Crystal Heart. So this episode focused on two things. It was focusing on little baby Flurry Heart destroying the Crystal Heart and them trying to fix it. And also, you know, having to deal with her insane powers. As well as Starlight Glimmer reuniting with her old friend Sunburst. And I gotta say, I really enjoy the fact that Starlight is now living with Princess Twilight, and she is studying under Twilight as her pupil, and that's really cool. It's really cool seeing Twilight in the teaching role instead of as the student. Especially, like, when you hear at the end how she was a little concerned, you know, maybe I'm not cut out to be a teacher, and then Spike's like, oh, no, because you just did exactly what Princess Celestia did for you. It's cool. It's good. And she's like, oh, okay, maybe you're right. But, of course, she went all perfectionist on it again with her insanely long lists and her checklists. You know, she's got to make her list and you got to check it twice. Actually, more like checking it 10 times because twice is just underdoing it. You can't just check it twice. You got to check it like 10 or 20 times. But it was great to see her obsessing over stuff like that again. So we didn't really get to see that too much since she's become a princess. Well, we got to see it when she and Fluttershy were summoned by the map, but that was about it. So I'm really looking forward to seeing Twilight and Starlight's little friendship lessons. One thing I do want to make a note of with this episode, though, is that we just had one of the biggest, longest-running fan theories in the history of this show that it was essentially just debunked. The theory was that Celestia and Luna were born alicorns and that there were two different types of alicorns, alicorns that were born and alicorns that were made. But surprise, surprise, we just got canon confirmation that they were not born alicorns. Princess Celestia herself said that Flurry Heart was the very first pony to be born an alicorn. Therefore, Celestia and Luna were not born alicorns. It is most likely that they were born unicorns, since in that clip from the very first episodes, the very first thing you see when you start watching it, Celestia describes herself and Luna as unicorn sisters. So I'm gonna say that they had to have been born unicorns, and that they became alicorns later on. Of course, where in their timeline they became alicorns is definitely up for debate. It had to have been before Discord, because in the flashback that Twilight saw, Celestia and Luna were already alicorns. So they had to have become alicorns before Discord. Although I could totally imagine that being how they became alicorns, but clearly there had to have been some other threat beforehand where the two persevered through and became alicorns as a result. So I'm very much looking forward to that backstory if we ever get it. Something tells me we're probably never going to get that backstory, but I want that backstory! I want to know how Celestia and Luna became alicorns! Ah, that's what... Ah, I'm having a hard time processing the rest of the episode because of that! Oh, I gotta say, I totally called everything that happened with Starlight and Sunburst. Part of me suspected that he didn't become the big magic user that Starlight thought, and as soon as he opened the door, it was confirmed. Yeah, he's not a wizard, especially not a very important one. And of course, I knew that Starlight was going to push this fantasy she has of him onto him, and then he's going to be like, oh, yeah, I'm a wizard. I'm totally a wizard. And it was going to take them all episode until near the end to tell each other the truth. And then when they told each other the truth, they were going to be able to come up with a solution. And when they came up with a solution, Sunburst would be named an important wizard of the Crystal Empire. And that is exactly what happened. So, called that. As soon as they found the book with the spell in it, and Flurry Heart started going berserk again, I totally called that she was going to destroy the book. And I also noticed something very odd when it was decided that Twilight and Pinkie were going to help with the baby. We see Flurry Heart grabbing onto Pinkie Pie's eye. Her right hooves were both in Pinkie Pie's eye. And it even had the little marks on there to show that they were, in fact, pressing into Pinkie Pie's eye. And her eye is open this whole time. And she's like, yeah, there's hooves in my eye. I know. I don't care. What? Pinkie, why? What even? What are you? Oh, that was odd. So yeah, overall I thought this was a good episode. There were some things that I predicted, but then other things I didn't predict happening, like the crystal heart shattering. One other thing. When Sunburst was trying to explain to Starlight why he couldn't just drop what he was doing and go to help them with the crystal heart, it's like, oh, well, I've got a very important wizard work to do. It's like, really? Well, let's just pretend for a second that we believe you, that you really are an important wizard. What task could you have possibly been given that's more important than fixing the crystal heart and keeping every pony from freezing to death? I'm sorry, but if you were really an important wizard, or just a wizard in general, if you were really this important wizard to Princess Cadance, wouldn't fixing the crystal heart, the most important relic in the Crystal Empire, and saving its citizens from freezing to death, be more important than whatever task you got? Yeah. I realize this is kind of a nitpick. And obviously, you know, Starlight was able to see through this pretty easily. And this was the breaking point where he's like, look, I'm not an important wizard, okay? And then Starlight's like, look, I messed up and I became totally evil and I stole a bunch of cutie marks and I tried to kill Princess Twilight, okay? Kind of saw that little outburst coming. But it was still, you know, it was still a fun scene to watch. And, gosh, is there anything else I forgot? Oh yeah, I really loved the, one of the ponies, and he's got the vest with a bunch of pins on it, and his cutie mark is 3 safety pins, and I think his special talent is making pins, which if you've ever been to a convention, you've probably seen those pins that have all your favorite characters on them, and they were made by the people that are selling them. And he even had a Princess Twilight pin, and I just thought that was a really cool little thing, and a nice little reference to the culture that's been that surrounds this show, the culture of the fandom. Anyway, I thought that was a fun little thing. Oh yeah, another thing I noticed. So when the Crystal Heart is repaired, every pony got their little crystal designs back, and they had all the accessories and their manes and everything, except for Luna and Celestia. They became crystalline like the rest of the ponies, but they didn't have the hair accessories, which I thought was really weird. I would have loved to see a full crystal pony design for those two. That would have been really awesome. We got it for Starlight and Sunburst, but not for the princesses. I thought that was kind of weird, but I guess that's a bit of just another nitpick, but still. I can't really think of anything else, though. Yeah, overall, I thought this was a good episode. A great opening to the season, and I can't wait to see more Starlight and hopefully more Princess Flurry Heart in the new future. Also, before I forget, the opening with Starlight and being in there, and the Cutie Mark Crusaders have their new cutie barks. That was awesome, too. So, anyways, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to hit like if you thought this video was good, subscribe if you want to see more, and leave a comment down below. I want to know what your favorite things about this episode were, and what you think about this whole thing with confirmation that Celestia and Luna were not born alicorns. I want to know what you guys think about that, too. Let's get a discussion going about that. That's... oh... So, anyways, yes, I'm going to end this video now before I make it another couple minutes long. Hope you guys have a good Easter, and I will see you in the next one.